Good morning and welcome to Jilly Bean's Creative Candy Jar. My name is Jill. If you're coming back, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope you like what you see. Um, Mostly about knitting, cross stitch, some sewing, lots of haul. As we all know, I'm very good at that, and lots of plans that I have. So today's Sunday, October, what is it? Oh, the 12th. Should remember that. Yesterday was my brother's birthday. And I had planned to film yesterday, but it was an absolutely beautiful day here in New England. And they're coming to an end quickly, unfortunately. So I decided to spend some time outside. And with the weather they're predicting, I think I'll be inside for a few days. So we're supposed to get a deluge of rain today, tomorrow, this week. So I have lots of indoor plans, and I'm actually off tomorrow, so I'm very, very excited about that, to do all kinds of creative things. So I know it's only been about 2.5 weeks since I filmed last, and I don't have a whole lot, but I did want to come on and show you what I have, because in that time I went to Stitch New England, and I would like to put these things away so that I can clear off my table. And what I hope to do this afternoon and tomorrow is some sewing. So I need to cut a few things out. So what have I been up to? Well, work has been crazy pants, which I guess is a good thing. But other than that, not a whole heck of a lot other than going to Stitch New England. Oh, my son came over yesterday with his girlfriend. So he has a high school friend that is battling some health issues, and they got some t-shirts made, and then him and his buddies are all taking pictures wearing the t-shirts, and they're sending it to his wife, and she's going to make some sort of inspirational post for him, which is wonderful. He's hopefully doing an uptick. But anyway, so we're going to take the picture. We all get our t-shirts on, and they're like, oh, they couldn't figure out how they were going to put the camera. I said, oh, let me go get my tripod. And my son's like, you have a tripod? For what? And my husband's like, oh, so when mom films her YouTube videos. And he was like, I tell you, you could hear the eye roll. He's like, you film YouTube videos? About what, mom? And I was like, oh, about my crafting. And he's, again, you can hear the eye roll. I'm like, I have like 250 people that have subscribed to me. And he was like, 250 people have watched your stuff and actually said they'd come back and watch more? And I'm like, yes. So if you like what you see and you're so inclined, please like and subscribe, and I would appreciate that. Especially, I would love to be able to tell them I get up to 300. That would be great. So usually I start off with knitting, and I will again this time, but I haven't done a lot. So I have continued to work on the Ellen's Play Set by who's this one? Oh, Petite Knits. So it is again for one of my son's friends who recently had a baby girl. I got to meet her last week. Oh my god, as much as work is crazy, the nice thing about what I do and who I do it for, I am able to juggle my schedule around. So he and his wife were in town with the baby for a couple of days, and it was right before Stitch New England, so I knew I wouldn't be able to get to see him over the weekend, so I changed my schedule around and I got to go meet her. She's beautiful. She's perfect. I love little people. So anyway, so what have I done? So I finished the body of the sweater. It's coming along really nice. And I finished the first sleeve. So hopefully it can, that's good. So today I'll pick up the stitches for the second sleeve. Maybe while I watch a little football, I'll get that sleeve at least progressed along. So my goal this weekend, or this week, is to get through the sleeves, so then all I have to do is pick up the button band. So hopefully you will not see this again, but you will actually get to see a picture of it when it's complete. I'll pick up the button band and go from there. I have these really cute little duck buttons. Where did I put them? I'll have to find them. So when I knit a sweater for a small person, I don't actually make buttonholes, especially if I'm using a funky button. One, kids can't always button their sweater. They don't have the dexterity yet, and it's a little difficult to keep them buttoned, especially if you're using an odd shaped button. So I will sew on a large snap, because usually they can do a large snap closure, and then just put the buttons on the outside, so like a faux button band. So I think that usually works well. Everybody seems to like it, so I'll continue to do that. And then I do have my own little labels. When I finish it, I'll show you where I sew it. Last night I was like, where am I going to put on my label? Because I have these really cute little fold over leather, faux leather labels that say knitworthy on them, because I always say I do not knit for you unless you're knitworthy. And usually I'll put it on where the side seam is, but since that doesn't have a side seam, I'm thinking I'll stick it on the back. So I'll put that on and it should be good to go. So I've done some cross stitch. I did, since the last time we met, I finished stitching Santa from Satsuma Street and Lolly Claus. So I think I have one place that I have like 2 more stitches of red to do on Lolly, but I said I'll just do it when I do the beading. So, and I'm ready to do just about ready to do the beading. Oh, now I'm looking at Lolly. I also didn't put eyeballs on her. So here's Santa. So I've gotten some feedback from folks that I need to hold my things up longer. And I'm going to work on that. So I will hopefully hold them up longer. And here is Lolly. And as you can see, I think she needs eyes. Oh no, I think their eyes are beads actually, because I'm looking at Santa. He doesn't have eyes either. But I have a couple of stitches right up here of red to do. And I was like, I'll just put those in when I go to do the beading. It'll just be a lot easier. So, and once they're done, I am going to finish them as stand-ups, like Helen D has done. And I printed out her template and I was like, for the flamingo. She's so kind and shares so many great things on her website, and I will try to link it below. But I think I picked the wrong template, but I got the gist of the idea of what I need to do. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe tomorrow in my free time, I'm going to do a mock-up muslin. I'll do a template and then do a mock-up, because while I'm a confident sewer, I am always a little concerned about cutting into something I spent so much time stitching to then do the finishing on. So, and I actually saw Helen at Stitch New England. I'm like, wouldn't it be really cool if you could make like a muslin stand up and then be able to do your finishes and slide them over if you had multiple finishes. So it's kind of like a reusable thing. So we'll see, maybe, probably not if I know me. I'll just do it and call it good. So that's my finish. And one moment, please, as I throw things on the floor. I have been working, not a lot, but I did, and I will stick a picture here of where we started on the Teresa Kogut Land That I Love. So this is Land That I Love. Oh, sorry about the glare. I should probably take it out, but you've seen it. And I keep all that in my Como bag, which I absolutely love. She does great work. So didn't do a whole heck of a lot, but I did get some more done. So this is where I am. Oh, hang on, let's see. That better? Yeah, I think so. So, and progressing slowly, but I'll keep working. And so here are all the threads on this fabric. I think it's absolutely yummy and spectacular. So someone did comment on my last video about how I use these tags and I put the key on the back. Sometimes I write out the key and draw the little symbols, and sometimes I just take the key and copy it, or make a photocopy of it and cut it out and glue it on. I just find it so much easier, and I get those luggage tags on Amazon. And the nice thing with these cards is that then when you fit, you have the start date and the finish date on them, and I keep them in a little bin so I can see what I actually finish in a year, which unfortunately isn't a whole heck of a lot. So that's that. So then I went to Stitch New England and I had 3 or 4 starts. I can't remember. So the first thing I started was, I think I showed you I was going to do this one. This is Plum Street Samplers. What is this? Harvest Keeper. Let me take it out of the packaging. I should have done that before. I apologize. So that's that. And I went up to, I think I told you last time, when I was in Maine, I went up to the Crafty Grimalkin and I kitted that up there, knowing that I was going to start it at Stitch New England. So made some good progress. Where is it? This is the right side. So here we go. Trying to get the whole frame done because I want to make sure I didn't make any mistakes before I do anything of the interior. And it was the border that actually sold that to me. I'm not always a border stitcher, but I really love that border. So here's the fabric. Here's all these incredible flosses. And I am stitching this on 36 count Winter Mint by Atomic Ranch with all of the called for flosses. And I'm really excited. So hopefully this week I should be able to finish that border or make it meet. I'm not going to finish the border, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'll probably keep stitching on it for a while. It's easy to see in that floss. I need good light, but I don't necessarily need magnification. In fact, yesterday, that's what I was working on outside for a little while. So the next thing I started, although it was not a Stitch New England start, it was something I got at Stitch New England. So I sat at a table with Sarah, the Rhode Island Stitcher. Nope, Rhode Island Lighthouse Stitcher, excuse me. And it's R.I. Lighthouse Stitcher. Stephanie, the New England Stitcher. Lisa from Lisa Harvey. Her friend, Linda Jean. All weekend I wanted to keep calling her Emma Jean, but her name is Linda Jean. She is lovely. And it was really nice. She was the only person at the table that I had never met before, but she just was such a joy to meet and spend time with. Brandy from B&E Stitchery and Nisi from Because We Stitch. So Linda Jean gave us all this pattern. She gave us, it's called Quaker Pumpkin. She gave us the floss and the fabric, which was so lovely. So I got this started. So, and these are the flosses for that. So I'm going to continue to work on that. And and again, this is on 28 count. And so therefore I don't need magnification. So that might actually be something I can do on the, in my travels. Although I haven't taken lunch at work in a while. I usually eat at my desk. And the other day I took lunch and everybody was like, oh my God, you're taking lunch. I'm like, from now until Christmas, I need to take lunch every day because I have so much crafting that I have to get done. I've got a couple of sweaters I need to finish knitting. I have sock requests. My husband's requested 2 hats, so I have a lot to do. And then the next thing that I started is this is what I gave as a table gift. Remember last time we met, I told you that I couldn't show you my sewing yet, but these are what I made. I love them. They made me so happy. And I think my friends all enjoyed them. So there were 7 people at a table, so I knew I wanted one, so I made 7. And then 2 of our friends couldn't join us, so I made a total of 9. By the time I was done making them, I was like, okay, I'm done making these. But this pattern is from Sweetwater on their website. Is it Sweetwater? Yes. And I got my inspiration from Nicole Spohr. She made them as a gift for her friends, maybe last year or the year before. And so I'd made the center block, and then I knew I wanted my project bag to be wider, so I added the side pieces on. And then I lined them. My friends all got the lining that goes with the fabric line, but I ran out, and so I went and picked up another ½ yard. But this I thought was just as lovely. And while I was there, I bought some more fabric, which you'll see in my haul, which is what I plan to do tomorrow, which is why I need to clean the table. So it all comes circular. So I started Hands-On Design, the snowman block. And I just ordered it 1, 2, 3 stitch. I love the add to cart, added everything. And let's see. This is being stitched on 28 count ice blue linen. And I did the math, and I'm not sure it's going to fit, but I did the add to cart, so I'm assuming it's all going to fit. So I've decided to work across the bottom. Let's fold that over. Maybe that's a little bit better. That's why I have so many threads here. So let's pull these threads out of the way. So I've decided to work across the bottom to make sure before I go back and start stitching all of the little snowmen and things. See how there's a, take it out of the bag, Jill, silly. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny little like flag border that goes around the whole thing. So I thought, let's make sure the whole thing will fit before I put all the time into stitching the snowman and everything else. So that's what I'm focusing on for that. And I'm really, really, really enjoying that. So I'm going to continue to work on that. I have about 13 snowman projects that I want to put in this bag, but I think I'll start with just this one and see how much progress we can make on that. So I don't know what that belongs to. Let's get rid of that. So that was another new start. And then I have one last new start. So I guess I really did start quite a few things. So throw that on the floor, throw everything on the floor. And the last thing I started was the Quilted Tiny Town. I own all of the Tiny Town patterns. Have I finished any of them? I hope you all were saying no at the same time because I haven't. So I got that started and I was really, so I am stitching this on, one moment please. What am I stitching this on? This doesn't belong with that. That belongs with the snowman. Stitching this on 32 count Toasted Coconut by Forbidden Fiber Co. And these are all the lovely, lovely flosses. So I have all the called for flosses. So when I was at Reese's store, I asked her if she had it in stock and she didn't. So I asked her to kit it up for me. I told her dealer's choice on fabric. So she picked this and I love the fabric. But I'm not sure I'm crazy about the color of that barn. It's really, really, it's barn red is what the floss is, but mine is really brownish. So here are all of the flosses on the fabric. So I really should probably get a board or something. So the flosses are all beautiful, but I'm not crazy. Where's the barn red? About that barn red. Oh, not barn red, barn door. Barn something. So this is the barn. And this is, so I'm thinking I'm going to put some more in before I make a final decision to rip that out. But I'm thinking I'm going to go, because I wanted it to be more like, so in the picture, it looks really, really red. And, you know, I get that things change, but I went to Michael's the other day and I pulled the DMC floss that it was, the conversion for that. And it was really kind of that muddy browny red. And I really didn't like it. So I think I'm going to switch out and put this. And this is Weeks Dye Works Merlot. But I'm not 100% sure. So I think, again, I'll stitch. I'll leave off for right now. I'll leave this barn where it is and then work my way across until I have to start using barn door again and make a decision then. So I think a little bit more progress has to happen on that. So in just over 2.5 weeks, I had a lot of starts. So, and I've made some progress, so that it feels good. So that's what I have for my cross stitch. Sewing, I did all those project bags, so that's all I've done with that lately. Yeah, I think that's all I did with that. So let's talk about Stitch New England. So Stitch New England starts on Thursday afternoon, and it's in Rhode Island. It's in Warwick, Rhode Island, and it's goes Thursday afternoon. I think it started at 2:30 or 3 o'clock. I think 3 o'clock. So I met all my friends there. I do stay at the hotel because I'm about an hour from there, and it's just easier. I mean, could I come home? Probably, but it's not. I'd rather stay and have fun with all my friends. So it's Thursday afternoon till midnight, Friday, and Saturday. It ends at midnight. Um, Last year I stayed Saturday night and came home on Sunday, but this year I came home Saturday night because I had a bridal shower the next morning. So I wanted to get home for that. Sometimes it's just nice to sleep in your own bed. And I had a great time. As I told you who I sat with, all my friends were there. We had a really, really good time. We stayed up pretty late every night. Sarah and I and Stephanie were there the first night pretty late. Sarah and I think we closed the place on the first night. And then Saturday morning, Friday, everybody was at the table. We stitched all day. We had a really good time. We did go out Friday night for dinner because it was our friend. Was that Friday night that we went for dinner or Thursday night? God, I can't remember anything. One night we went out for dinner because it was Sarah's birthday. And that was a lot of fun. And then, oh no, that must have been Thursday night because Friday night the food trucks were there. And we did the food trucks for dinner. And we did DoorDash for Saturday. And it was just it's just such a fun event to spend time with people who like doing the same thing you do, seeing what everybody does. And everything might not be your style, but you really appreciate what people do and how much time and effort it takes to do them. And wait till you see my table gifts that I got from my friends. They were incredible. Very talented ladies, and it's just so nice to spend time with people like that. And we run the gamut of ages, and I think I might be the oldest of the group, and we go down to, well, Emma is usually with us, but she couldn't be there this year. So and it's just, you span so many different lifestyles, and it's just such a fun event, and you really do get recharged. So if you have the opportunity to go to a retreat, I would highly recommend it. If you don't and you can't actually go somewhere, I would highly recommend participating in the Jingle Ball, which is coming up. In fact, registration I think it's Friday. I'm so excited about registering for the Jingle Ball. I'll show you what I bought in my haul, because one of them I'm going to sign up for the class so that I can learn how to do that. And I'm going to use what I purchased. So let's look at my basket of things. Quite frankly, it's not separated by table gifts and haul or whatever. So when we pull them out, we'll kind of talk about them. So this is from my friend Sarah. And Sarah is a big turkey fan. And I know what project I'm putting in here, which I'll talk about in plans, but this was from Sarah, and it was great. And it had a little, it had a needle and a skein of black and a skein of white in there. So thank you, Sarah. I very, very, very much appreciate it. And I love the colors. So I am very much right now in my orange stage. Like everything I'm drawn to seems to be orange. So perfect. And then this was what Linda Jean gave us, our pattern and our fabric and our floss in, and she made us, she used to be a paper craft. Maybe she still is. I shouldn't say used to. That's not very appropriate. So she made us these great little cards, and I love the little Halloween cards. So ghouls just want to have fun. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that's how she and Lisa Harvey met, was through paper crafting. So, and talk about paper crafting and amazing. Lisa Harvey, she was so kind, made us multiple gifts. So on day 2, I think it was day 2, she came down with these incredible bog bags with, as Helen says, a dead lobster on them. And in the bag was this great pillow. Nothing like throwing things. That she did the machine embroidery of the lobster. In fact, I am going to be putting this right next to my pillow I made from Library Stitchers last year. The pattern was that Helen D did, which was lighthouses, lobsters, I don't remember whatever else. But this is going to live next to that. And this great wristlet charm, and I will be using that. So this is why I need to put things away, because I have so much stuff here. Let's talk about table gifts first. I seem to be able to pull them out. So Nisi gave us this incredible little box. It smells so good. It's cedar. When she was in Maine, I don't know if it was when she was here for Library Stitchers or when she came for Stitch Maine. She went to the Maine prison store. So, and they do, have I been there? I don't think I've been there. But the inmates make things and it's so lovely. And her cousin, Kathy, sent us all little acorns. And I think this little notebook came from Nisi, which you can never have enough little notebooks because I always am writing things down places. And she gave us a skein of floss, which I can't seem to locate in my basket right now, but that's okay. Maybe we'll come across it. And when we, here's some more Lisa Harvey things. She made us our initials, J, and I don't know if she knew or not, but I love pinks and purples, so this was perfect for me. And then she also came around and gave us some more floss tags. And of course, we got to pick which one, and of course I picked the one that has the pink and purple shades on it, so that's perfect. And our friend Stephanie, the Rhode Island Stitcher, see, my friends do know me. I love pink and purple. She made us all these incredible book covers, and inside is the book where you can have your friends put down information about themselves and how you met and fun facts to know and tell. So this is fabulous. I will be taking this with me to all future retreats. And incredible pen, Stephanie. And she made us all these magnets. And mine has a J on it. Let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see, mine has a J on that side. And on the other side is, I don't know, the lighting is really horrible today, I apologize, is her logo. And you can use it to hold, be it as a bookmark, you can use it to hold the pen onto the book. I'm using it for both. And I will be bringing this with me to my next retreat, which I think the next one I'm going to is Library Stitchers in April. So thank you very much, Stephanie. And Lisa Harvey gave us these incredible stitching collector accoutrements. So in there we have the needles and a thread picker and a wand and stickers, and I didn't even notice this until just now. Did you look at this tiny little pair of scissors? So that's in there, and they're on these plastic, you know, the 8.5, maybe it's a 5x7, those plastic frames that you can get, and it just kind of slides over it. So see, it's just on a little frame, but she personalized them for us. So I have my name on it. I love that. So that is now in my stitching box, and it will sit next to me. Oh, there was this lady that was there, and she was coming around and she handed out the travel frogs. So we have that. He's in there right now. Hopefully I don't have to use him too much. Oh, well, we all know I'm going to be using him probably on my quilted tiny town. Oh, I found the buttons for the baby sweater, so that's good. What else is in my box here? Got another table gift. So Brandy gave us all, she kitted this up for us. Sorry. The jingle. And we've got all of the floss and the project bag. So I am really excited to get that one started. That might, maybe that'll be a good Jingle Ball one. So I can start that at the Jingle Ball, because I would think that it would be something that I'm not going to need to have a lot of magnification for. So that will be good. What else is in? Oh, Oh, I found the floss from Nisi. So it was some misdyed floss from, was it Color and Cotton? Yep. So at first, when I read it, I thought that the color's name was misdyed. But no, it was a misdye that she got, and she gave us all some, and it's beautiful blue. So I'll put that. And Helen D gave us all, she had a little bag filled with peanut butter cups. They're gone. My husband likes those, so those are gone. And it had floss in there from Pirate Robin. As she was coming around, you got to put your hand in the bag and pull it out. And she said, the floss will find you. Excuse me. And if you watch Stephanie, the Rhode Island Stitcher, no, good Lord, Jill, I haven't had enough coffee yet today. Stephanie, the New England Stitcher, she got blue. And if you know Stephanie, she loves blue. And as I told you before, I'm in my orange stage. I got this incredible orange. It's called Daffodil. Excuse me. So, the floss did find me. And I got this cute little bat. I stuck the little pin in. I'm not sure if the pin was from Brandy or from Nisi, but I love the little pin. So he's sticking in my bat that I know came from Brandy. So we'll go back downstairs by my little display down there. And my friend Cheryl gave us these little bags with some frog notepad and a frog pen and a little crocheted frog coaster. He's so cute. So thank you, Cheryl. And Sarah went around and gave us also a nice little bag of finishing supplies. And in mine, I had some pretty fabrics, a couple of different colors of fabric, and a little trim. So very excited. Oh, and was it? Oh, just a little note that it's from her. So I will be using that to do some finishing. Put that in my finishing bin. What else is my bag? I did purchase a cranberry. So this year's theme at Stitch New England was cranberries, and Rhode Island Deb was there, and she was selling, they had her cranberries for sale. So she makes incredible wool art. I picked up a couple of her pumpkins, the little jack-o'-lanterns. I have one here at my house and one in my office. I do love Halloween, and it's perfect. It sits on my desk. I look at it every day. What else is it? And Amy from Two Cross Stitchers gifted me these incredible stickers, and you will see in my plans that these will come in really handy with what I plan on doing. So I'm going to be using those a lot next year, because I really do want to try to keep better track so I can come back and tell you what I've done. So when we got to Stitch New England, at our table there was a tote bag, and Helen had a really good idea about turning it into a project bag, and I think I'm going to do the same. I'd show it to you, but I just put everything on top of it, so I'm not going to move everything to get it out. And there was a project for us. There was a chart, the retreat piece chart, and a piece of, when you signed up, she did ask us if we were linen or Ada stitchers, and this is a piece of cranberry bog, which was the fabric that Atomic Ranch dyed for her, and I did pick up a piece of that, so I have that, and these little stitchy boxes. So if you stitch that piece, it will, words are very difficult today, fit on top of the box. But in the box, we got a little Stitch New England tape measure, some pony needles, the floss to do the stitching, and these are silks, and I've never stitched with silks, so I'm very excited to try those. And then in the top, we got a really pretty counting pin and a needle minder, which was the needle minder for Stitch New England this year with the cranberry themes. So I'm very excited about getting that project done. Will I start it in the near future? Probably not. But I think it will be really nice to be able to try using silks. Like I said, I've never used silk before, and I think it will be something that I think it's important to try all things once. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again, but you should always try something new. So I'm very excited about that. We also got these, the pattern, and I did not know, Amazon just came, sorry about that. The pattern to stitch these minis. And I did not know that the lady that was the designer of these was actually at the retreat. So that's exciting. I'm actually thinking of stitching one of these to stitch on top of the box, on top with the silks that were in there, as opposed to the pattern that Pam has in there. We'll see. So let's talk about what I purchased. Well, you saw the cranberry. I only got 2 patterns this year. So as you know, I put together a patriotic basket. So I picked up Faded Flag, which I've been wanting to do for a while. I picked that up. And I picked up from I think this is Tiny Modernist, is it? Yep. Halloween Petites. I loved the eyeballs. The jar of eyeballs was fabulous, as was the boot. I really like the boot. So those 2 are probably ones that I do maybe this year. We'll see. So I picked that up. My friend Stephanie made this for me. I purchased this from her. This is a Hemingway bag. And because, again, for the patriotic thing, you know, the 2 Nancys, Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher and Nancy the Stitcher with the laughing face, I believe is correct, they're doing that 13-month sal of patriotic things. And I said I was going to participate. I'm not going to get 13 things done. But I figure if I stitch on something patriotic every month, we're doing good. So I picked this up from Stephanie to use for something in that. And she does incredible work. I can't wait for her to open her website. But I'm like, look at this. She uses the flex foam in them, so they have nice body to them. They're beautifully quilted. The fabric's incredible. Great zipper pull. Can't go wrong. Chef's kiss. So I did pick up some of the Atomic Ranch Cranberry Bog. And I am going to sign up to take the pair class from Annie B's at the Jingle Ball. So I will just do the PDF since I have this great cranberry color, and I picked up some floss to go with it. So this is Gentle Arts Peach Ice Cream. And I liked that it just had a little bit of a peachy tinge to it, so it looked really nice. So I will be using that to stitch those. I really want to learn how to construct those pairs, because I had seen on Instagram, must have been last year, because I kitted it up because I was going to stitch it this year. I have not stitched it. All of the 12 Days of Christmas by Annie B's, I was going to do them on different bright colored linens, like bright colors, orange, pinks, reds, greens, and do pairs. I saw that on someone's Instagram account. If I can find it, I'll try to link it or post a picture of it here. It was incredible. And I was like, I want to do it that way. And I think part of what held me back was because I didn't know how I was going to finish it. Who am I kidding? I had many other things to do. So I will try to focus on that this coming year. And then I picked up some Copper Penny. What am I going to put on this? I don't know. 36 count copper penny. I really, really just liked the color. I picked up why did I buy this? I don't know. It's 28 count fiber on a whim, pyrite. Probably to, I think I was going to do those eyeballs on this. So it's a really pretty color. And then apparently Sarah owed me fabric. I didn't remember this, but she said it, she did. And so she picked up this. We're going to do, is it Boo? I'll put a picture here. Is it Boo? I think so. I don't remember. So with this, and to do it, you need 2 skeins of Weeks Dye Works. I think this is chartreuse, yeah. So somewhere in my near future is this start. And I'm pretty sure that this fabric, maybe I picked the green up to do that. So I started the Primrose Cottage Cauldron, and while I love the project, I do not like the fabric I picked out for it. So maybe that's why I picked up the green. So that's also a restart that has to happen. So I think that's the bottom of my bag. Want to see what I'd show you what my craft room looks like right now, but there's stuff everywhere, so I won't. So that's everything I purchased. Nope, one more thing. I see it. So when I went to get the half yard of fabric that I needed to finish the bags for the lining, I saw this. And this is a line from Sweetwater, and I think it's called Lucky. So I picked it up. Did I pick up a yard of each? Either a yard or a yard and a half of each, because I want to make, one moment please, all my plans are behind me. One second while I bring all of my things over. So this is what I want to make this weekend, or at least get it cut out. I'd like to do this maker's tote. So I bought fabric to do this when I was in Maine. I can't even open the bag. Forget it. This maker's tote. And I bought fabric that had hedgehogs on it. And why? I don't know. I'm not really a hedgehog person, but they were really cute. But I love this fabric. So I want to make the maker's tote. But what I really want to make is, this is a cover to go on your planner. And it's, so I ordered a whole bunch of planners from Amazon. They're in the box over here. I have to decide which one I want to do. And this is called The Crafter's Life Companion, and it's by, and I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, but it's Arabesque Scissors, and I will link her below. She's out of Australia, and she has really good instructions on her patterns, and so I'm very much looking forward to doing this. Let's see if I can get some more pictures here without showing you the pattern. Yeah, here's a good page. So it's got, you know, multiple flaps and places to put your pens, and a place to put, there's a pocket on the front flap, and a pocket and a little spot where you could probably slide in maybe like a business card, or if you're going to a stitchy event, a bunch of your cards so friends know where to find you. So I'm really looking forward to do that. And I'm going to do the maker's tote and that out of these fabrics. This is the fabric that sold me. I mean, come on. And this fabric line is by Sweetwater. So that's what I'm hoping to get cut out today and tomorrow. Knitting wise, I have two things I want to really, besides finishing the baby sweater. Um, Hunting season is fast upon us for those of you who have hunters in your family. In fact, my husband's off doing, I don't know what he's doing with hunting right now, getting ready for hunting season. But I picked up this. No one can say they can't see him in the woods in this yarn. So he wants a hat out of that, and I will pop the picture in here. It'll be, oh, actually, where's my phone? The Dylan hat. So I did, let's see if I can, it's just like a watchman's cap. Very simple. It's top-down construction, which it's not my typical hat, but I think it'll be a good one to do, especially for this, because it's not something. My husband has a tendency when he wears his hat, it's supposed to come over your ears with a little brim. He then folds it up a second time, kind of like the chef on Alice. Do you guys remember way back in the day when Alice and the cook had the that hat folded up? And I say, well, why do you do that? Well, because when I come in the house, my ears get hot. Well, take your hat off. Well, if I take my hat off, I lose it. So I just leave it on my head because I'm going back outside. I don't know, take your hat off, leave it at the front door. You'll find it on your way out the door, but whatever. So he's got that hat. I want to, excuse me, swatch. I picked up a sweater's quantity of this yarn to do Petite Knits anchors, I believe. So I'll put a picture of that here. I don't have a picture of that. I didn't download I downloaded the pattern, but I haven't printed it because I just need to swatch at some point this weekend. So when I swatch, little tip for folks, I have a really hard time counting my stitches. So I'll swatch and I'll take it to work and photocopy it. And then I can actually draw with a pencil on the actual stitches so that I know how many are in there. Oh, but when I do it, when I make the photocopy of my swatch, I lay down a ruler so I know like how many stitches per inch, because I just have a really hard time counting stitches. I will get going and then I just get all miscombobulated. And then the last thing I purchased, and I'm going to start this weekend, probably tomorrow, because tomorrow is Canadian Thanksgiving. So for anybody that's from Canada and watching me, happy Thanksgiving. Did you all see, and if you didn't, you need to run over and purchase this immediately, Erin Elizabeth's new autumn turkey. Oh my God, that turkey is fabulous. And her border, incredible. So I downloaded it, ran to Michael's yesterday and picked up all of the flosses. I think there was one short, it was a mocha color, but I'm sure I can find something in my collection of things so these are all the flosses. And I can't decide if I want to do it on a creamy color. And that is just vintage smoky white. This greeny color. And this is a Lugana, so it's a 32 count Lugana. And it's, what color is it? It's a Picture This Plus. I have no idea what color. And this is the one I'm leaning towards. And I picked this up for a reason. I don't know why, but I'm really leaning towards this one. Hang on. It's a lavender color. And I think the colors really, really pop. What do you think? So if you happen to see this over the next day or so, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I am going to probably try to start it tomorrow, but I think it's the lavender. We'll see. So those are my plans. I have great plans for this week, and I don't know about you, but when I make incredible plans, I don't always get anything done. So hopefully we'll see. Coming up, I don't know when I'll be back. We've got a lot going on in the next month or so. We're coming into the holiday season. We have family coming into town next weekend. The following weekend, my husband wants to go out to New York State. Then we come into the next weekend is Halloween, and we have a wedding. I think we have a week off. He goes hunting. We have another wedding. Then it's Thanksgiving. Then it's the Jingle Ball. Yay. Jingle Ball always is that first weekend in December that also happens to be when my company has our holiday party. So I usually miss the first part of the Jingle Ball because our holiday party is from not, it doesn't run too late. So it only runs till about 6, but it's in Boston. So by the time I get home, I usually miss the first part, but that's okay. I'll be there later. So if you're going, I hope to see you. I think it's so much fun. Um, and if you're going to take any classes, let me know what you think you're going to take. I'm definitely going to sign up for the pairs. I'm thinking about doing the stand-up Santa since I'm going to try to do stand-ups, and he's just really cute. So we'll see. And other than that, those are my plans. We'll see let's see what I get up to in the next month or so. So I will stick some pictures in either at the beginning or at the end from Stitch New England and the great time I had with all my friends. Not sharing anything that's not already out there, but Stitch New England is happening again next year. That same first weekend in October. If you're not on Pam's mailing list, you definitely should be. I think it's a great event. It's a very relaxed retreat. I really enjoy it. And it's just, like I said, it's so much fun to spend time with friends. So, well, that is all. I hope you guys have a great and productive, creative time in the next couple of weeks, and I will see you then. Bye.